Hey everybody. They had one more left. I wasn't ready for that. How y'all doing? Welcome to Mona Mia this here, where I literally be trying to see what's going on. So my question before I sat down was, well, what y'all want me to talk to everybody about? Like, I want to read for collectives, you know, by sign. But I've been noticing a trend where people are more focused on reading for a universal group, which I find is very beneficial. It's beneficial to read for the sign, but also for the universal collective, because right now we're at a time where everything is kind of moving in a universal fashion. I promise you, what I'm about to tell you is something I'm personally experiencing currently, and like four people I've met, two of those I read for. And these are people I did not know at all and don't talk to on a regular basis. So there is a such thing as an energy that is necessary for movement of certain souls with certain missions and certain things to do. Right now, there is a complete imbalance of the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy. And I'm not saying a man and a woman, but you can literally look through all your social medias. You can look at this very YouTube and see how men are fighting to be heard, how women are fighting to be understood, how times have changed, how roles have changed, and how we're not really adjusting to that properly because we all been tricked. We're so distracted by everything else that life, this realm, everything else that life got us caught up in. It's not just social media, but that is a big part. And yes, it's all about how you set your algorithm, but your algorithm kind of just picks up on who you are. So if you're consistently seeing messages that's enticing you to be combative, and that's male and female, and less understanding, this message is for you. Because right now, the first card that I got was from this Black Moon Lilith. Where's my? From this Black Moon Lilith deck. Don't know how it go. And if you don't know about who Lilith is, I suggest you just go look it up and just for your own knowledge. But this deck really, to me, deals a lot with, of course, alchemy, but it goes through the phases of the moon and it goes through different phases of a journey, a soul's journey through life, according to the moon. So when I asked for the collective consciousness, the card that we got was Black Moon Lilith in Libra. You deserve balance. If you want to take a screenshot of that, you can just crop my little finger out in the bottom. Make it your screensaver if you feel that way. If you resonate with feeling like you're giving more than you're receiving in any relationship, it's not just me. And this is literally more towards the divine feminine. And before any male that sees this thinks that I'm on some self righteous women stuff, I'm not. But the fact of the matter is energy, and checks and balances are checks and balances. So if the balance is off, it is typically the divine feminine energy that's needed to balance it. Because if you have one of either extreme, it's out of balance. When you're too in your feminine energy, especially if you don't fully understand what that means, you're just operating from a misguided feminine energy, then you expect everybody to do for you, and you feel like, I'm the queen, I'm the princess, I'm so pretty, I can't possibly, and you are of no use to even yourself. And if you too far in your masculine energy, for the masculine specifically, for those who have been misguided and misdirected on what it means to be an alpha or a divine masculine, you're too cold, you're too calculating, you're almost manipulative. You guys come across as mm, hmm, mm, narcissistic. You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of you don't mean it. And a lot of it comes from traumas that we all on both sides have experienced. Somebody then told us wrong. We have picked up wrong. We go into the wrong sources for information. Well, Spirit said, you deserve balance. Your soul came here for balance. But instead, every device that's being thrown at us to trick us into believing that what we're witnessing in real life is so important that our souls don't even need attention is the very reason why we're all fighting each other and nobody's listening, nobody's compromising, everybody's right. Of course, you can find somebody to agree with your unhealthy way of processing an event in a relationship. Because a lot of people are bitter. A lot of people have been hurt. A lot of people have made the same type of walls around what they willing to give and not give, how they willing to change and work on themselves, and how they not willing to change and work on themselves based on what Kevin Samuels done said, based on, oh, this is the demise of the divine feminine and masculine relationship. This balloon popping situation where people are literally just choosing based off of a physical thing. Like, that's so far away from divine love, yet everybody keeps saying they don't want to be in divine love. But the fact of the matter is, you having these situationships that's so close to love, but you don't want to do any work. This requires work. If you want balance, you have to be balanced. And that's what that talks about. So that was a little rant, but it was necessary. So I'm gonna just make that the intro, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move into what these mean. So a little bit more about this. Moon phases. Uh, right now, we're having a full moon in Libra on April the 13th, which I think is really interesting because this card talks about imbalances being cleared, towers falling, and people, relationships breaking up, moving homes, changing jobs, changing friend circles, because it's all about balance. Whatever's been set on an unstable foundation needs to be balanced out. If you look at the card, Libra has the scales. Libra is the sign of harmony, balance, luxury, justice. So people might be going through legal issues and stuff like that right now. So it's just a time of like great upheaval. But what we don't tend to do is look at the upheaval and find what's good about it because it hurts so bad at first. But sometimes that hurt is exactly what's needed to push us in the right direction of what's really going to heal us. And at this time, Spirit is saying to us all, we need to step away from everything we think we know about what we think we want and upgrade internally and really think about, okay, all that stuff we thought we wanted, when we got it, how did it feel? If it's leaving, chances are it didn't feel great and it's not balanced and it's not set on a stable foundation and it needs to fall. So instead of looking at this time of separation between you and a lover, or between you and a job, or maybe you sent your child to go live with another relative because you found yourself exhausted with trying to raise this child alone and not seeing any real forward movement or progress. You know what I'm saying? Some children just really are quite the handful. I don't have children, but I've seen it. But know that everything happening right now, no matter how crazy it might look, is actually just restoring balance to the feminine energy, and that energy is love. That energy is self-love. That energy is compassion. That energy is just. And a lot of times justice does not feel good because what needs to happen for the right of something might be the meanest thing you've ever had to do, like close the door on somebody you love because you had to turn that love on yourself. And this is exactly what Spirit is saying. Know that in this time you deserve balance, and also understand that as one door closes, another door opens. Because when I asked for confirmation on what I was feeling, like, dang, that's serious. Like the energy just smacked me in my face. That's why my moonology is like still sitting here. Because I was like, let me see, like, if I'm on to something here. Like, are you really talking about this whole what's going on with this whole balance and energy? And then next you got the new moon in Libra. Now, this says a new romantic cycle begins. And I find that so interesting because the space between this full moon, because Lilith deals with the shadows, deals with needing to, like, just think about cleaning out the closet. You got to bring everything. When the moon is full, it's illuminating everything. So you can see everything in front of you and evaluate it and be like, do I still really feel like this? Even if I still feel like this, am I seeing progress in these feelings? Or am I seeing progress in this project? Or is my tactic working? Whatever it is you're trying to do, are you seeing progress? Or should you just stop and remove it and try something different? This is the time right now to do that because what is it, 6 months between April and October when the moon is new in Libra. So right now, if you let something go, if you just allow things to play out naturally, spirit, source, God, the divine, however you choose to identify with what you believe in, the highest power that has your highest good and the highest good of us all in mind, will just naturally shift shit around. So if you're the kind of person that's good at just letting go of stuff, this is the perfect time to just let it happen. Don't fight anything right now. Just stay calm, stay as centered as you can, stay as balanced as you can, and let everything happen. Because once the chips fall and you finally have that real good cry, and you realize, okay, now it's time to rebuild. You got 6 whole months before you set new intentions. And this new relationship card talks about really just that also. Like, it could be maybe you and a spouse need to separate for a while, and both of you need to come into some kind of harmony. You have to compassionately divine feminine. If the divine masculine isn't making that decision, it's you. You have to, with all the love in you for the both of you, decide that you need to let this rest for a while. Even if it's not forever, but for a while, you need to let the relationship take its natural course. Sometimes the natural course of things is to die and regenerate, like several plants and flowers and trees and such that we see. And this is the springtime. But we're going into kind of a dark night of the soul, but it doesn't have to be as dark as it sounds. What it is you needing to make decisions that are more in alignment with what you want, but you might not even know what you want. So it's time during this full moon energy that we're about to walk into on April the 13th. Right now, we already have a new moon in 2 days. So the intention I feel we should be setting for that is I intend to clear my life of negativity. I intend to bring my life into balance. I intend to have compassion on myself and those around me by being honest with what I need. Just think about how you show up when you're unhappy. Who need that in their life, right? So if the situation makes you that unhappy, think about the other person. I can't be good to you. I'm just going to get on your nerves right now. This is so resonant. I'm just going to get on your nerves right now. You know what I mean? So the best thing for us to do, since I love you, which is a divine feminine decision. Not saying you have to be the woman. I'm saying all of us have divine feminine and divine masculine inside of us. We are comprised of those specific energies. That's how we got here. So, oh, that's how we are as souls everywhere, but that's a whole nother story. So basically, the bottom line is what we need to be doing in this time is making decisions that are selfless, decisions that are good for the whole group. And some of them may hurt, some of them may feel great. You feel like a weight has been lifted off of you, and this is the best thing you could have did for your life. Good for you. But for those of us that's going to cry our way through it, male or female, do it. And do it without making yourself or the other person the villain. Don't feel bad because you chose you. And don't be mad because they chose them. This is the time we all need to choose ourselves. Because in 6 months, hypothetically, but probably actually, in 6 months, there's a time where we'll all reconvene. We will all come back together and see if the healing that we done, if the balancing of our life, it could be finances, it could be legal matters. Maybe somebody needs to go turn themselves in so that way they can just get that warrant off their back. And they might not even have to stay for nothing but 6 months. You never know. You know what I mean? This is relationships, it's partnerships, it's business partnerships, it's you could meet somebody in the jail, and this is an extreme circumstance, but you could meet somebody in the jail that turned out to be somebody you open up a clothing line with and y'all blow up. You got to start looking at, we all need to start looking at what we think are losses as divine intervention each time. Because if you span out away from life and you think about when I die, my soul gonna leave here. And what I'm going to be is eternal. It doesn't matter what your spiritual belief is. We all believe that we leave here and we become eternal souls. We came here from being eternal souls. Whatever's happening with our soul here is of importance to the growth of our soul. The feelings around it are specific to the meat suit we in. So when we leave this meat suit, we don't even feel the same about what we experienced. So imagine spending this entire lifetime sick about somebody leaving or somebody choosing somebody else or somebody firing you or you having to leave a job or I mean sick. I, Normal reactions is normal reactions. Yes, cry. Yes, be sad. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be sad that you're sad, and it's okay to feel stupid, and it's okay to feel vulnerable, men and women. It's okay for us to feel like that, and you should stop looking at things and taking in songs and information that make you think it's wrong to be a human being. What do you think we are? We are comprised of nerves that create these things called feelings. So if you having a hard time grappling, because trust me, this is how I'm growing. If you had a hard time grappling with a loss, span away from Earth and think about what your soul is gaining from this experience. Because for me, I know clearly now what situations I got to stay smooth away from. Because for my forward movement, I intend to bring my journey to me, the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I want to walk in alignment with what my soul came here to live out, something I consciously don't fully understand yet. So that's what they would call like a calling. If you feel called to create something, to do something, to go study something, to go experience something, you should go do it. But you should do it fairly. Don't don't be self-centered, but focus on knowing yourself in this time, because it's going to be important that as the blessings come in, as the door opens, because there's a little walkway, it's a vestibule. Think of these 6 months as a vestibule from the who you thought you were to the who your soul is trying to turn you into. If you thought what you wanted was going to make you happy and found that it did not, if you start thinking more on a soul level, you'll realize that when you get what your soul came here to get, you're going to be 20 billion times happier, 11 fulfilling times happier than you would have been trying to chase something that the world told us we should like. Think about all of the men right now, and this is no shot to women that got BBLs. I do not have a big ass. I don't feel like I needed one for all of the damage I did growing up. But for those that really, felt that that was what they wanted to do and they did it and they attracted all this attention, do you see how the men feel now? It was exciting at first because, yes, they're visual. But do you hear the backlash now about it? And the separation between who they're going to commit to and who they want to have fun with. So the question becomes, well, who are you, woman? Even if you're a woman that got the BBL, I'm not putting you down. I mean, if I had thought about it real good, I would have got one. But I thought against it because it's not in my soul's journey to be concerned about that part. I only find I'm concerned about that part when I'm around someone else who is. And I have Libra. I'm a Gemini moon, a Gemini sun, and a Libra rising. So when I tell you I feel this energy, I really do. And that falls into codependency where you value another person's opinion over what you feel is the right thing for you. And instead of making a decision to remove the things that are in conflict with what you desire, you try to tend to fold into that person or that group or that societal belief that you need to be this way in order to be accepted. So the need to be accepted is a codependent behavior. And if you altered yourself to be accepted in this time, just think of the lesson that we're learning. Yes, you're beautiful, queen. Your choice is your choice, queen. I ain't got no problem with it. Trust me. However, learn this lesson. You sacrificed the beauty that you was just built with, the chance, the risk of being completely and totally in pure health, because now you have these man-made materials and that beautiful body God gave you, all for men that are so confused by lust, but starting to wake up to what love really supposed to be like because they keep getting hurt. And every time you get hurt, you learn what love's supposed to be like because you learn what it ain't. Ain't nobody asked me to preach, or maybe you did. What I'm saying is, and that's in the extreme. It could be as simple as women that only wear wigs and won't wear their real hair. I mean, I wear wigs. I have my reasons. That's how I feel about it. But I'm talking about the women who would rather not, but they do because they feel like everyone else thinks they're prettier when they got 40 inches than when they have the shoulder length kinks that they're still gorgeous in. Those people that have that problem, this is for you too. Same with men. Maybe you only want a Jeep, but you fighting to get a Lambo. You like 6'9". Why you want a Lambo? Because your favorite rapper got one. Because your favorite streamer got one. Look at your favorite streamers. These people are what people are aspiring to, and we all fall with it. Like we all really do. But it comes a point where you start looking at like, but who am I though? Do I even really agree with this, or am I just going with what feels good because everybody else is validating that it feels good? So that's what this energy is all about. It's about taking these 6 months and being like, who am I? What do I want? What doesn't fit in my life? Can I break this cycle of keep inviting stuff in my life that takes me further away from the me I am? And can I start really making decisions from a place of love for me and everybody? Because if your pot not filled, how are you helping anybody? You're just draining yourself and you staying drained and drained. That's another trick. Another trick by the trickster to get you out of your mission to heal your soul so you can move on in peace through this life and up out of here when we leave. So that was the end of that spill. That turned into a long little talk. So I guess I'm going to just go ahead and do a little quick reading I had saw real quick. It's a 4-card reading. Dang. I didn't even mean to give all that, but all that was given. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm going to ask. This is called the Sacred Duality Tarot Spread. So this is basically like um that balance of that masculine and feminine energy in the collective soul. So we just want to talk about collectively. I intend to do this for each sign individually, but this is for the universal energy that stood around this long to see this. It's been 20 something minutes, maybe it'll be 15 by the time I get to editing, but we're gonna go through this and see what they're saying about what the current energies are at the moment with the divine self. A lot of people going through this. I said that. A lot of people are going through regret, remorse, sadness. They're looking down at these 3 cups that's empty, like, damn, it's over, it's done. I lost them, I lost her, or I lost the money, or I lost the case. I gotta pay this child support. But spirit, like, but hold up though. Hold up right quick. Like there's 2 whole other cups. So while the 5 of Cups is a card of sadness, it's also a card of gratitude because you're not totally left out in the cold. It's not over. Like, and I don't mean it's not over between you and the person or you and the situation. It's over for now. That version of who you were, who they were, what that relationship was building, that part is over with. Is it going to be rebuilt is to be seen later on down the line. 6 months from now, when everybody kind of come back together, if it's meant to come back together, to see whether or not it can last or if it's supposed to last. The next question is, how can the feminine energy be balanced in the collective? How can the divine feminine energy be balanced in the collective? So keep in mind, feminine energies. This is a collective self. That means that there's men out here hurting too. Also, with the Black Moon in Lilith in Libra, it talks about the separation between who that message is for and who it's not. The message is about dominance as well. It's about people dominating your life, like dominating your time, your energy, dominating everything about you because they need your energy to succeed and be them, and you don't have anything left for you. That is an act of love. Like being selfless is an act of love. So that falls under the category of a divine feminine action, right? So the divine masculine, the males, or the ones who identify as males in these situations, the divine masculine's duty during this time is to show support to those who they call their community, your spouse. If you see your girl having a hard time with a loss, be there for her. Don't be a problem. Be her peace. This is a time where the divine masculine energy, whether you identify as female or male, the divine masculine energy is to be supportive, stand in place, hold us down. So we can, so the whole thing about the give and take between the divine masculine and divine feminine is truly about masculines. Whatever you give a feminine, she multiplies. A woman that's operating in her divine feminine energy. That's why you're so disgusted when you give a woman and she's selfish. That's not a right. That's not a feminine action. So if you pour support into us, We have no choice but to multiply that back to you. But we can't do it alone right now. We need help. And if you're there in the place of assistance and support, as in a spouse, that's what you are too. It's not all about you being supported. We need someone to be our strong backbone. That's your duty at this time. Call yourself an alpha. I call you out. Be strong for us so we can be strong for y'all. So, you know what I mean? It's a give and take. It's a handshake. It's a handshake. That's the 50-50. Never mind the money. We need to energetically shake hands. Can you hold me down when I need you? How can the divine feminine balance their energies? And this is the card of the wounded warrior. What I say? We're in a time of burnout. We tired. It came out kind of reverse at first, but I knew it was upright. Either way, it's bad. Not bad, it's energetically draining, is where the divine feminine energy is. So, if you are a male that feels drained in this time by a relationship, you're being emotionally drained. That's the love side. So, the divine feminine part of you is drained with feeling at the time. If you're feminine, you're drained with giving out all of your energy to balance it, especially if you're a Libra. Because that is your fight in this life, is to learn how to stand on your own. You see how this character is standing in this card, like, I'm standing on my own. I'm tired, but I'm gonna stand for myself. Spirit is asking you to have this energy. This will bring you balance. You might be tired. You might be tired, and this is not stand in the thing that's tiring you out. This is stand alone. She's alone, standing with her wounds, with all of this fight. There's 10 wands in the numbered part of the wands. She's at 9. She's tired. Then she keep pushing without any consideration. If the divine feminine energy keeps pushing without any consideration to what they need to refill their pot, they're going to reach the 10 of wands where everything is too much, where you put in so much that now everything is a burden. If you're in tune with yourself, you might have caught yourself doing that already, and already let go of the burden you felt, whether you felt that it was the right or wrong thing. This message is confirmation that your soul was nudging you, because collectively, Spirit is asking the divine feminine energies on this planet to balance, because we need to help heal the divine masculine energies on this planet. How can I balance my masculine energies at this time? How can the collective energy balance the masculine energy at this time, Spirit? I want you to run it back a couple of seconds. And remember when I was like, Black Moon Lilith in Libra, for the masculine energy is about holding us down. This is literally what this card is. The Four of Pentacles is about holding shit down. Like, it can be about possessiveness. It can be about controlling. So it's, for some of you, you may need to pull back off of the feminine in your life, off of the control of your emotions. Like, you might be trying to control emotions right now and things like that. So the advice to you could be, you might need to soften up. And in order to hold down a feminine energy right now, if you're a masculine energy, to stand in support of this feminine energy doing some healing that's vital for themselves. Don't be about yourself. Don't be jealous. Don't be combative. Don't be stingy with your love. But love needs to look sturdy from you right now. Don't make waves. Don't make issues. Be this woman peace. You see how this woman look? She holding on. So the Four of Pentacles also does talk about wealth. And this is Thursday when I'm recording this. And the angel that rules this day is about abundance and prosperity. But it's also about being overly cautious or being overly possessive of what you have, because you're living in lack. You're living in fear. So for the divine masculine energies, don't fear that because the divine feminine is stepping away to take care of her, that she's somehow doing some kind of disservice to you. Step out of yourself. Don't be possessive. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Don't be mad that she's not giving all of her energy to you right now. Stand still right now. Be still right now. Hold on. And I mean hold on, because it's for your benefit. If you love that person, Don't go out here and do anything because you feel neglected. Because I said scarcity. When you're living in lack, you feel like you need to acquire so much because you're never satisfied with anything. So in a time where you might feel like you need to be seen and all this stuff and you need so much because you're hurting somewhere, she can't help you because the way you hurting is probably draining her in this relationship. Take it as it resonates. Don't shoot the messenger. You see the card? So do your research. Look it up. What do the Four of Pentacles mean? That's what it means. So the divine masculine, whether you're male or you're female, identifying as male, whatever, if you operate more out of the masculine energy in your relationships and in your life, you're being asked to be at peace and allow this person the right to self-soothe and self-heal. You know, maybe I have to do extra, but just don't go out here and do the most. And finally, what action can the collective take right now? What actionable step can happen in the collective energy right now to bring these energies into alignment? What action can the collective take to bring these energies? So Page of Wands is a card of new adventures and exploration and excitement. It's like, you know, it's like you see how this woman got the wand in her hand and she's just like, oh shit, I caught it. So it's like excitement, like, oh, I finally got something. So the people that are letting go of stuff right now and finally having that good last cry, and you might be feeling a rejuvenation of spirit, like you might be feeling like, I can do everything now. Go do it. This is a time of exploration. This is a time for you to go, because the more you go experience, the more you're going to see what you like, the more you're going to see what you don't like. So when the time comes back around, when decisions start getting made around cuffing season, it's funny how that's called cuffing season, but it's a season truly about relationships. When relationship season shows up again, damn, that's crazy. This sure enough is everybody breaking up because it's supposed to be hot outside. Not spirit trying to tell us, listen, y'all about to go have some fun. Because to balance the energy, that's what they want us all to go do. Let go of what's falling away and go explore, because you might find that what fell away needed to fall away so it can come back better. Or you might find that it fell away because it don't even resonate with who you're going to become. So I'm going to go deeply into that when I do every signs reading, and I'm really going to do these ones because I'm very interested, because this whole flow was just lit. For whoever stayed here for these minutes, I hope that you truly enjoyed that message. I'm happy to be back. I literally was going through these cycles and breaking cycles myself, so it kind of did knock me smooth into my 901 energy, and I'm straight coming about this just recently. So I believe this was truly for us all. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to get to at least 50 subscribers so I can start doing the chat when I'm off. But right now, I'm about to get myself together and go make these earth coins. Everybody take care.